Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, friends, viewers all over there. This is Best Edo Project, and we are here to interact with our distinguished Honorable Dr. Richard Edosa, the Honorable Member representing Oredo West constituency at Edo State House of Assembly. Honorable, it's a pleasure meeting you, sir.
It's a pleasure meeting all of you. I do best, or best Edo.
Best Edo.
Project. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to interact with you. It is our honor. As you know, Best Edo Project, we are here, we are non-partisan. All we look for is the best in Edo, and we engage them and talk about what they are doing, get their feedback, and also take it out to the viewers out there. The viewers will tell us, hey, this thing Honorable say is doing, we are not feeling the impact. We'll come back to you and say, Honorable, your people say they are not feeling it this way, and we'll give you that feedback. You can also see where you can come in and help. That's how and what Best Edo is all about. So thank you for this interactive session. It's not an interview, Honorable, so feel free, relax. We'll just engage and interact with you. But we have some few questions that will make the interactive session very interesting. Honorable, let me start from the top. Let the fire start from the order of the ring. You know, you have been doing so much as a member representing Oredo West. What you have been doing has even transcend beyond Oredo West. Oredo East are feeling your impact, and even people around you are feeling your impact. You have been doing so many projects. We see the light project, we see the borehole project, we see the sponsorship, so many things. That means you are making big moves. Your moves have been big and massive. But the most biggest move that you have made this year that shocked many people because you have been a very strong Labour Party member. You worked, I can say you worked 101% for Labour Party during the last election. You worked closely with Olumide Osaigbovo Akpata, the Labour Party candidate then. And you gave him your best. We can say that you gave him your best. And I say, we can say you gave him your best. But after those big moves, you move. And when you move to APC. I'm sure our viewers and your constituents will be they'll be surprised, though they know your capacity, but they'll be like, why did Honorable now move to APC? So that is the question we have for you today. Your move to APC, what prompted your move?
Thank you very much. First of all, let me appreciate you people for even considering this interactive session with me. I see it as an opportunity to express my mind to the people of my constituents and Edo people at large. Because in the mind of so many persons, they may not understand certain things we do. What makes us do those things we do. I see this as an opportunity to explain to these people. Labour Party, as we all know, came up as a third force in the last presidential election. And we all worked hard in our party because it's our party. We're dedicated to the party. We worked for the party. But you all agree with me today, the Labour Party of 2023 is not the Labour Party we see again today. The unity, the strength, the togetherness that we enjoyed in the Labour Party in 2023 is no longer there. As we speak today, Labour Party has factions from the national level to the state, local government, the unit, local government, ward, and unit. Let's take national, for instance. We have Barrister Julius Abure on one end claiming, along with his executive as the leader and the national chairman. We have Senator Nena Usman on the other part with her own executive. Coming to Edo State, we have clearly defined state secretariats and state executives. One situated in Ring Road, Sakumba Road, the old Leventis building, headed by Barrister Kelly Obalo. Another one is at Obelaka, headed by RTV and his own ESCO. This duplication extends even to local governments, wards, and units. And you see, a people that are divided against themselves cannot stand. When I was asked to address the people of Edo State the day I defected, I made a very important statement. And I said the division in Labour Party from national to state to local government, ward and unit is sad and is painful. And unfortunately, the party that gave us platform to run for an election, unfortunately, has also given us platform to move to another party. That's exactly what happened. It is painful, it is sad, but you see, what is most important in the mind of a legislator, in the mind of any politician who has good intent for his people, is that you may change platform, but your vision remains the same. You may change platform, but you remain who you are. You may change a platform, a party, but it does not change who you are. It does not change your vision for your people. So, in the bottom line, the division, the disarray in Labour Party is what led to me moving from Labour Party to APC. And you can see that even today, it's no longer 2 national chairmen in Labour. We now have 3. Media Papa has also come out to say
Yes,
the national chairman. So you can see that instead of even bringing peace within the party, it seems to be deteriorating. And most of the Labour Party platform, they are either insulting one leader or the other on different Labour Party platform. So the fight is even at the national level, the state level, the local government, ward, unit, and even on WhatsApp.
Especially on WhatsApp.
Especially on WhatsApp. So for God's sake, we as politicians need conducive environment to be able to reason, meditate, and get inspiration to, perform legislative duties effectively, oversight function effectively, constituency projects effectively. This is why we are here. So that is about the summary of the reason why I had to move from Labour Party to APC.
Ooh, I have to take a breath there. Thank you very much, Honorable. I think you've explicitly detailed the situations which I think every true Nigerian, every true Edolite should know, irrespective of our biases. When there's so much issues, they are given opportunity for people to move.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the Labour Party has just lost another person.
Unfortunately
for Labour Party. Well, we are very sure that your vision is clear, because even as you left, you continue what you are doing. So, because the last time the hospital issues, it was after you left that you remodeled an hospital. So, thank you, Honorable, for all you are doing. Okay, now that you're in APC, you know APC is a mega party. You know the mind of people towards APC. Let me ask 2 questions. How do you intend to use your own platform, your own capacity as a leader in Oredo and as a leader in the state right now? Because I remember even the defection, you are the spokesperson for the defection. Should I say defection committee? You were the spokesperson.
Yeah.
How do you intend to use yourself as a shining light so that Edo people will see a different mind towards APC? Because we are narrowing down to Edo State. Because Edo Nigerian, where they say APC is absurd. So how do you intend to clarify that? That was 1. And 2, now that you're in APC, how do you intend to use that platform? Because APC is the party at the center. So it means there's more you can gain. The center, federal is APC, the state is APC. So it means there's, even as far as the state is concerned, all the major political players in the state right now, they are APC. So I intend to use that APC platform to further bring a lot of development to your constituents.
Thank you very much. First of all, I start by saying what you don't value, you will not handle. What you don't handle, you will lose. What you lose becomes gain to another man. Labour Party didn't value what they have, therefore they didn't handle what they have. And because they didn't handle what they have properly, they lost it. And that thing that they lost, so that personality they lost, has become gain for another party. The most important part of light is the light you cannot see. The most important part of light is the light you cannot see. APC is a mega party. I would say it's one of the fastest growing party in Nigeria. I'm sure most of you agree with me. The question is, what are they doing to give them that reputation? What are they doing to give them that reputation? In politics, perception matters. And what they do is they use social media to create and bend people's mind. I've suffered that through social media. They bend people's mind. As much project I've done for my constituency, will you believe some people say insult me that I'm not doing enough? Because social media have bent their mind to think this guy is not doing enough. So that is the drawbacks of social media manipulation. So part of what APC suffers today is social media manipulation of people's head, which I believe with time, the profit and the gain will be seen. Now, coming into APC, it is now my new platform. And I expect to use this platform to continue effective legislation in the House of Assembly, effective support for my constituents in terms of projects, policy making, starting from how do I influence certain policies which I feel it's the party is using, which the general populace may not like, that is not, people friendly. You want to see how you can influence such policies to get more attraction from the people. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
You want to ensure that you're coming into this party, you do your best to do some form of remodeling, most especially starting from my own, angle, my own constituents, my own, reasoning ability. You see, another thing about what the party can also, what I intend to do is, as we go, the party I presently am now helps me with a very good platform to achieve what I refer to as my tripod stand agenda. When I was campaigning, I kept on emphasizing on tripod stand agenda, and that is health, that is education, and the other third leg stands for youth empowerment, small and medium scale businesses and all stuff you have there. And now that I'm in a party like APC, such a big party, fast growing party, I intend to take advantage of this present party, the strength it has, the power it has, the influence it has, to bring dividend of democracy to my constituents. That is the beauty of joining a ruling party. It's not about what you want to gain, but about what machinery you can use at your disposal to ensure dividend of democracy come to your constituency. After all, that is the main reason why they voted me in, for effective representation and also to also speak for them as regarding matters that affect my constituents. Where more can you get that other than when you belong to a party as big as APC? But politics first, there's interest.
Of course.
But the definition of your interest in politics is what defines you.
Yeah.
If all of you look at me very well, I have interest in politics. But you can see my interest is for the people. And that is why I'm doing projects. That is why I'm empowering people. Because when they are happy, I am happy. So that is the way I see it.
Like the traditional broken parable that say, if it didn't do, Thank you very much, Honorable, for that beautiful perspective. It means that Oredo people should expect more
Yes,
from you.
Sure.
It means that you're not limited to Oredo.
I've
You
always
can get more
touched around.
outside Oredo West.
Now, Honorable, looking at President pronunciation a few months ago about local government autonomy, and we were all happy that yes, local government chairman have gotten justice, and they can now work independently without being also around by their governor and all of that. Now, recently, with the recent administration, some local government chairmen have been suspended. So how do you intend to use your legislative mandate to bring justice to those who were suspended illegally, or should I say by force? Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. There are two things that we look at here when we talk about autonomy. There's autonomy and there's financial autonomy. Local government, they don't have financial autonomy. And if there's no financial autonomy, it means they have to be accountable. Isn't it?
Yeah.
They have to be accountable. And what you refer to, or what most people refer to as illegal suspension, it gives me headache when they use that word illegal. Because the legislative arm of government was involved in this. The legislative arm of government, to suggest that they did an illegal act, it's worrisome. Now, the Local Government Act of 2010, if I'm not mistaken, gives a legislator the power to suspend local government chairmen. Most especially when we now find out that there are some anomalies in terms of financial accountability. And we have the right to suspend them for 2 months. That's what the Local Government Act says. It's a bill that was passed through the House, assented by the governor then, and everybody knows that law exists. And when the complaints of financial instability, misappropriation of funds started coming to our amiable governor, Senator Monday Upeodo, they decided to invite the local government chairman. But on invitation, many of them refused to show up. They did show up just to let's look at this thing together. These petitions I'm receiving, can we just discuss this thing? What is going on? Why all these complaints are coming? They didn't show up. They didn't contact even the legislative arm to see how we can intervene in between, right?
Yeah.
They didn't do any of these things. And then when the matter got to our table, from what I even gathered, some of them were invited even to the legislative arm, they didn't come. So the other thing to do is to activate that Local Government Act as it affects the present situation. And so they were suspended. The law allows us to suspend them for 2 months, which is exactly what we did. So there's nothing illegal there. So we acted strictly on the Local Government Act
All right.
that allow us to, or gives us the power to suspend them for 2 months. So they were suspended for 2 months, pending when the result of the investigation will be out. So if they are found not guilty, they can come back after 2 months.
And you understand that in this part of Nigeria or in this part of Africa, one of our greatest challenges is primary health care. It has been a great challenge because sometimes we can't afford private hospital, the bills in private hospital. So how have you been able to improve primary health care in your constituency?
Thank you for that question. I'm particularly happy that I have that medical background and medical experience. And I know by statistics, maternal mortality rates, infant mortality rates has been on the increase in our states, in our country. To combat this increased maternal mortality, infant mortality, one easy way to do it is to ensure we provide primary healthcare centers so that the people can be able to access, primary healthcare. One of the duties of the government is to provide basic amenities for the citizens. Basic amenities are those things that the citizens need to alleviate or to make life bearable for them. And that includes water, electricity, healthcare, food security. The list is long. You see, and looking at healthcare as basic amenity, it means government must prioritize provision of health, improve health delivery services. As I speak to you in my constituent, I facilitated the building of 2 primary healthcare centers. One in Ward 7, Oredo West, and the other in Ward 11, Oredo West. They are standing today. And myself, with the primary care agency executive secretary, commissioner for health then, and the then governor of the state. This what I'm talking about now was sometime last year. Yes, last year. You see, the work of representation, like I told you before, is the ability to work hand in hand with the executive and bring dividend of democracy to your constituents. And that's exactly what I did. I facilitated the building of that primary care center. In fact, we have to choose a location that will serve multiple purpose. Sited in a place where even people from Ipoboka can also access it.
Are you serious?
Yes. New Era College is down Upper Mission. Just a little stretch from the Oba River.
Yeah.
And once you cross that river, you're in Ipoboka. Communities around there, they now access primary care center. And that's with the vaccine available, with medical care available, we'll be able to reduce infant mortality rates, maternal mortality rates in that environment alone. And of course, we all know that a healthy nation is a wealthy nation.
Right.
So that is the idea behind all this.
Okay.
I've done series of free medical checkups. A lot of it. Even as last week, we did another one.
Yeah.
The reason is, at that point where you are doing free medical checkup, you are able to identify some chronic diseases, acute diseases that you make prompt referral and save the life of that individual. That's the essence.
Thank you, Honorable. I don't even know you've done quite a lot. I'm talking about accountability and transparency.
Yes.
Will you allow Best Edo Project to inspect those those facilities or those projects that you have?
Every,
So let's have
every
let's
project,
let's talk to
yes,
those beneficiaries and all of
every
that.
project I have done
All right.
in my constituents are all verified.
Okay.
If you allow me, I can start to list them one after the other,
Where we can go.
so that you can go and verify.
You can list them so that
I
we
just
can go and
mentioned
verify.
I facilitated primary care center. I've told you the 2 locations where they are.
All right.
You can verify that.
All right.
I also installed solar power borehole in 6 wards in my constituents. They are verifiable. I also refurbished up to 4 already existing but dilapidated boreholes in the various community. They are also verifiable. As I speak to you, I fulfilled my campaign promise. I've almost fulfilled 70% of my campaign promise in less than 1 year and a half. For instance, the new market, also known as Obiso market along Secondary Circular, when I campaigned to them, what they begged me is, if God help you, you win this election, please, rain beats out here, sun shine and dry us up, and we are doing business here. Our business is on clothing, and you know what it means when water touches these clothes. Please, Honorable, help us. I've built that market today, and they are all happy. It's verifiable, it's still standing, the structure is there. Then, of course, at New Benin, when we campaigned at New Benin market, they also asked and begged that if I can help them tar that street between Lawani and Upper Mission, where goods and vehicles bringing goods to the market can access the gate of the market. Others, before now, they have to drop their goods either at Lawani, Upper Mission. These traders still have to pay wheelbarrow trucks to now move those things to their stores, which will increase the price of goods by the time they want to sell, by the time they do their computation. What I did, as I speak to you today, we have tarred Adesowa Street. I facilitated the tarn of Adesowa Street in New Market in fulfillment of campaign promise. Then, of course, we talk about security challenges that we are facing in our states. I've installed over 350 solar power street lights.
Street lights.
These are also verifiable. You will see them, yes, in Oredo West. Then, of course, because as a medical doctor and as a lecturer, I also focus on education. I visited Oza Primary School, and what I saw there was an eyesore. 6 blocks of classroom, abandoned, dilapidated, physics all over the place, next to a building where children are receiving classes. The environment was not conducive. It's more like an environment that even promotes transfer of diseases among our children. But today, the story has changed. We have reconstructed and renovated that 6 classrooms to world best standard with furniture, whiteboards, and also additional 2 offices for the principal and some other teachers. And also notice that there was no water, flowing water in that primary school. So the children have to leave school, cross to the opposite house or some other buildings that they're going to be looking for water to drink. They have to also renovate, reconstruct a bowl inside this primary school that is functioning for them today. 2 weeks ago, a week plus, I focus on small and medium scale enterprise, because small and medium scale businesses is the hinge upon which economy development hangs on. So I focus on small and medium scale businesses. I distributed grinding machines. I distributed power generating sets, commonly known as generators, to small and medium scale business owners. This will help to increase our GDP. This will help to boost the economy, and this will reduce poverty and improve people's life. The standard of living for these people have gone up. That is that. Then, of course, to support market women in my constituents, I work with Stars Legacy Microfinance, and I deposited 10 million so that small and medium, so that market women can take what we call revolving loan, interest free, So they take 100,000, 200,000, 150, 300,000, they add to their business. And then they start paying back, in piecemeal. When they finish paying, if they are qualified, they can take it. Otherwise, you can go to another person. As I speak to even people from other markets that are not within my constituents, are already soliciting and begging for me to come and do the same thing for them. And because I'm not a typical politician, let me put it that way. I may want to consider also, helping them, because somebody in the urban market, for instance, that says the market might be voting in Ward 7. Somebody in urban market might be voting in Ward 8 in my constituency, or Ward 6. So those that the environment is not in where they do their business, not my constituency. And these are also Edo people. So that's one. I collaborated with Traders Welfare Union, and I trained over 75 of the youth in my constituency for skill acquisition. Those who are interested in carpentry, those who are interested in hairdressing, those who are interested in auto mechanics. I went to the different workshop, paid for agreement for all of them. And after that, in 2 years, when they are graduating, I also intend to give them starter packs. This is because when you empower the youth, you're empowering our nation. And that is what an idle's mind is the devil's workshop. We need to keep our youth busy and take them off the streets. That's the idea behind that one. I've also trained our youths on web design. More than 150 to about 200 of our youths. Train them on web design, coding, data analysis. As I'm talking to you now, some sectors still in Amina Academy. This one stretches for like 3 months. They're going to be giving certification by NAPTIP, and they're going to come out. I also have trained our youths also to on poultry farming. Poultry farming. So we give them training of poultry farming, and some of them also give them money to buy beds and start training and farming their own. And these things are verifiable. If you go around, you will see them. It's not a matter of the more you look, the less you see.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Oredo West. Oredo West. Face the camera to my face. Oredo West. Are you hearing what Honorable is saying? In fact, are you not perplexed? Are you not perplexed? Because I'm perplexed. He was able to articulate every project. I'm sure it's not everything, but most of the projects he has done, articulate and tell us that. And he has also told us to go and verify. So thank you very much, Honorable Richard Edosa. You have highlighted so many human capacity development projects you have done. And let me divert now to your legislative function, your legislative priorities. So, Honorable, you have done so much. There's a way you will do it. People will now feel that is your core mandate. So that they will not be feeling that if you don't do one now, let them start breaking. If you don't do one now, they say you don't work. So, let's look at your legislative priorities. The bills or motions you have moved, can you tell us about it? We are very interested.
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, I also use this opportunity to correct an impression in the public space. People tend to think the duty of a legislator is to buy Christmas palliatives and share. It's not our duty to do that. It's not compulsory to do that. But in the spirit of the season, we also try to do that, just to support members of our constituents to be able to celebrate with us during festive periods. That is why we do what we do. It's not part of our job to do that. Another thing again, all this empowerment we are doing, it's not our primary work too. Our primary work as legislator is legislation, policy making, and that's what we are doing. What you have here now are the bills I have supported in the House of Assembly. In fact, I had to compile them since we came in to date. That's what you're seeing here now. About 39 bills that we have supported, that some of us sponsored together. Last year, just sponsored. The last one of that is worthy of making comments on, because it affects us presently, is the anti-cultism bill and the anti-kidnapping bill. It is the anti-kidnapping bill that the government is using today to tackle the matters of insecurity in our states. Because without a law, the governor's hands are tied. But once the law is passed from the legislature and the governor assent to it, the governor is well equipped to move, because everything is now doing is within the ambient of the law and is protected by the law. That is why you see the governor can go out there, and if they catch a nest where kidnappers are hiding, that building can be demolished. Nobody will hold the government on, because it's within the ambient of the law. So I can go on and on, because if I start reading it now, I won't have time, right? But these are law, Edo State Electricity Law 2022, bill for a law to establish a Rural Access Road Agency for the purpose of overall management, development, rehabilitation, reconstruction, and maintenance of Class A, Class D roads. A bill for a law to establish the State Roads Funds. A law to amend the kidnapping prohibition. A law to repeal Edo State Secret Courts. A law to provide for the extension of the retirement age of magistrates. A law to amend the Edo State Oil and Gas Producing Area Development Commission. A law to amend the Edo State College of Agriculture and Natural Resources. A law to establish the Edo State Digital Governance and Data Management Agency. A law to establish the Edo State Migration Agency. It's a lot. So this is the meat of our legislator. And we are doing justice to legislation in Edo State.
Thank you very much.
The only challenge we may have is when we have passed a law, let you and I follow and obey that law. Then, of course, those laws should also be what? Implemented.
In fact, because most times laws are passed,
Yes.
then the implementation is
Yes. So we need your cooperation of Edo people to ensure that even this anti-kidnapping law, we must cooperate with each other to be able to fight and chase these kidnappers.
Back to your project. There's one issue we do have in this part of the world. One thing to try to get a project done. Another thing is the maintenance culture. Now, you've asked us as best Edo project to go and verify. It is possible that during the verification, there's a situation whereby a ball that was working before, he said that's not working, probably because the generator sets you provided for them, they could not provide fuel, or maybe the generator is bad. And sometimes, some persons out there, I want to use that to say, Honorable is not working, they brought back generator, unknowing to them, it's due to the maintenance culture. So how do you intend to sustain this your project? So that the project you don't like the healthcare center and all of that, it will be running, that maintenance culture will be there.
In order to overcome the issue of power supply, that is why I focus on borehole, that it's run through solar. So as long as there's sunlight, the borehole will work. Now, in terms of maintenance, about the first or second rainfall in Edo State, Benin City, was quite stormy.
Yeah.
Some of those solar panels of the boreholes were blown off. I have people that go around to look at these things and they report to me. So I got reports. Honorable, the one in Ward 9, the last rain last night, one of the. I sent technicians there to go and fix it immediately. So there's no borehole that is presently installed by me that is not functioning. And I intend to continue to, look after them, fix them when they need to be fixed, and to maintain them so that they will continue to serve the people. Another instance, I was sitting down in my office when community people brought a little girl to my office. What did they come to do? The girl was apprehended by the community people. What happened? The taxi driver that brought the girl to that area knocked one of the street lights down that I installed and destroyed it. The community boys held her and the taxi driver and brought them here. Of course, when I look at them, they can't afford these things. I told them it's okay. I thank the community people for looking out for the government property. I getting it. I thanked them, compensated them. Then I also sent technician to go and erect that pole again so that it be functioning. So that's what I intend to be doing. So among my media team, we also have technical team that go around monitoring team to check all these projects. For instance, Oredo Primary School, the day I launched it, I also employed a security man that will be in that school so that to prevent vandalization. So those are the things.
You are one out of how many persons in the house? Out of the 20 something, 24 in the house. One thing we've missed, and I see that is lacking in everybody trying to working in their own silos. How have you been able to try to work with your other colleague in the chamber to even share this your initiative with them so that they can be doing it? We would like to see a situation in Edo where, as you are launching your project, more than 10, 20 other House of Rep members will be there with you. And you finish there, you go to the other person's home. As you finish there, you go to, so it will be like a ripple effect. It's happening in multiple places at the same time. That means every other Edo that you be enjoying, you can only just say, now only on the Edo, now just do work. Let's see how can you influence.
Okay, so presently, I know that other members of Edo State House of Assembly representing other constituencies are also doing their work, because the challenges in various communities is specific to those communities. If, for instance, my community needs borehole, their community borehole may not be the problem there, so they have to prioritize what their community also needs, and they are doing what they are doing too. In terms of collaboration, the last one we did, not the last one, the empowerment we did on generator and grinding machine, it was more like a lucky dip, right? Raffle draw. That's what we did, so that everybody sees that we are transparent, we are not partial, we are not selective. You get. So what I did was, I invited about 4 other honorable members from different constituencies from this house. Honorable Jezebel was there, Isan Central, Abeza Northeast. Honorable Jonathan was there, Isan Central. Donna Dakobe was there, Akoko Edo. Then I think one other honorable member. We were all there, like 4 of us. And they were even the ones that came out to do the lucky dip and read the names. So after rotating the drum that carries all the names, you pick and announce the name. You pick, announce the name. One member picks like 5, goes to sit down. Another member comes and picks 5, goes to sit down. That's what we did before we were able to cover over 60 something persons that benefited. So that's part of what we call collaboration. And of course, most times we sit down and begin to ask each other, what does a constituency need? Say this, and my own not be sure is what they need in my place. That one you are saying now. My people can also need that one too. Okay, let me go and really see how. So that's how we exchange ideas. I get it. So that's how we exchange ideas.
All right, thank you, Honorable. You have spoken a lot, and I would like to. What's your last message to Edo people and your last word for Best Edo project?
Best Edo project, what we are doing is laudable. What we are doing, it will help, politicians to be accountable. and you are also helping them to also advertise their performance, their legislative performance, their constituency projects, so that Edo people will not be left in the dark. Edo people will know an honorable member who is actually doing well for his constituents. And sadly, they will also be able to detect the member that is not doing well. And not doing well, not to affect that person negatively, but to push or spur that person to also want to do for the people. So that's the positive aspect of it. For Edo people, I will tell my people to shun gossips, shun fighting and division, shun all these tactics that cause separation, tension in the polity, and try to encourage their representatives. You can criticize, but be constructive in your criticism. You don't need to insult them, call them names, bully them on the internet. It's not necessary. Let's criticize, but let's be constructive. Let's also sing their praises if they are doing well. This is what balances a society, and this is what helps in development of a society. So that is my word for our people. One, they need to be patient. Two, they don't need to run away from criticism. They don't need to also run away from encouraging those politicians that are doing well. And when they are doing this, they should be constructive in what they do. Because what they say also matters to the polity, what they say also matters to the politician. What you tell a politician may encourage him to do more or may discourage him and to say, upon all what I'm doing, safe, people are not even showing appreciation. It's only as obligation that such person will continue to do because it's obligated to do. I get it, but it's not, there's nothing like a pat on the back for a job well done. And a little stroke for a job that you did not do, just to put the person in line, not to destroy the person. We are all brothers. We are connected in one way or the other. We are connected in one way or the other. And no man knows it all. It starts with knowledge. Right? Knowledge is acquisition of information. Right? Understanding is when you now absorb that information. Wisdom is when you now apply it to what? To save humanity. So as we come in as politicians, we gather information, assimilate this information by understanding them. Then through wisdom, we now apply those things to help our society. They should be patient with us. Those that are not doing well, encourage them, whip them into line. Don't destroy them.
All right.
Those that are doing well, give them a pat on the back so that they can do well. Because we are all family.
I know you believe Honorable. So how accessible can your constituent be to you?
I have a constituency office in my constituency. It's number 15 in Lagos Road. Opposite Victory Junction, Okumboa House is there. And apart from that, if you go out now, maybe you see people waiting to see me. My office is open to all. Everybody comes to me. And thirdly, when I bought my MTN SIM, was when MTN just arrived. Then we were buying SIM cards for like 45,000. That same number is what I was using. The number I used as a student in medical school. The number I used as an intern in University of Benin Teaching Hospital. The number I used as a practicing doctor for 15 years. The number I used as a lecturer in University of Benin training doctors for over 15 years. The number I used when I was campaigning is that same number I'm still using today. So anybody can reach me through that number that I've been using for more than 20 years. I didn't change my number. It's still the same number. So I'm open to all. I'm open for criticism, and I also deserve a pat on the back.
Thank you very much. I'm open to all. I'm open to criticism, and I also deserve a pat. Quote, Honorable Dr. Richard Edosa, member representing Oredo West constituency. So, our great people of Edo, this is Best Edo Project, and we are here live. We've had a very interesting conversation with our distinguished Honorable Edosa. Fine man. Always looking sharp. There's the camera. Let them see how sharp and his door is open to you out there for constructive criticism. Don't come and bash. Don't be like the proverbial teacher who wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and skip 9 and just wrote 10. Then the student forget all the things he has teaching them and say, teacher, no know anything. No 1, 2, 3, no right number 9. Let's be those one always correct, and that is why Best Edo is here. So Best Edo is here to bring it out to the open and also come and part of the river and say, oh, that we are Oliver Twist. So thank you very much. Have a pleasant day and happy Easter in advance.
Thank you.
We'll soon come for our Easter legislation and prayers. Thank you very much.